す。8時55分、もはや9時ですね。8時半からの予定なのになんか昨日も遅れてしまいましたが、予定通り始められない。せめて今後アラームをかけようと思います。あと本当は8時半にシャワーをしてからライブ配信なんですけど、今日はそれもしていないので、ちょっとライブ終わった後にしてこようと思います。もうちょいね、生活習慣を正さないとなと、ライブをしているおかげで思いました。それでは今日も昨日の続き、化石燃料を読んでいきます。非常に昨日つまらなすぎて諦めたんですけど、今日さすがにコンプリートしないといけないなと思いますね。私のスマホはどこだ？翻訳ないとさすがに無理。あれ？準備がある。どうしようかな。ママ、ピンクのスマホそっちにない？探してきます。あった。隠れてた。ありがとう。なんか熱くなった。ライブ配信すると熱くなる。発見。これはサブのスマホです。よし。さっさとこれ終わらせるぞ。一番嫌なんだから本当にもう。よし。セーフやね。熱いなんか。シャーペンがない。なんでこうすぐに物がなくなるの？いや。それでは昨日の続きから読みたいと思います。目標は20分で読み終わらせる。絶対終わらせるわ。あ、うん。あとこれだけ、これだけ。こっちか。これだけだった。よし、終わらせた。まずは全部パラグラフを1回読んでから見ていきます。Fossil fuels are considered non-renewable resources. Remaining reserves include an estimated 215 years of coal, 72 years of natural gas, and 32 years worth of oil. With such scarcity, it is no wonder that billions of dollars are being spent on research into alternatives. Even though they are not yet widely in use and currently provide only 8% of the world's energy, renewable energy resources are the promising solution to these problems. Unlike fossil fuels, renewable energy sources will not run out and will pollute the environment less in all. However, these alternatives do have drawbacks as they are not compact, mobile, inexpensive, or proven. For example, consider biomass. Consider biomass, the use of plant material to generate alcohol, but can be burned for fuel. Biomass requires significant amounts of land to grow the material needed for conversion to energy. To supply the current energy needs worldwide, 10% of the Earth's surface will need to be put to use. Another could aiding all the land currently farmed. Other alternatives also have drawbacks, so clearly any solution will be derived from a mix of technologies. で合わせていきますか。河合塾の赤ペンもらった。Fossil fuels are considered non-renewable resource. Remaining reserves include an estimated 250 years of coral. 石炭、天然ガス、石油が含まれます。72 years of natural gas and 32 years worth of oil. With such scarcity, 希少性。少ないんですね。Scarcity, it is no wonder that billions of dollars are being spent on research into alternatives. Without scarcity, it is no wonder that billions of dollars are being spent on research into alternatives. 代替案。Even though they are not yet widely in use and currently provide only 8% of the world's energy. Even though they are not yet widely in use and currently provide only 80% of the world's energy, renewable energy resources are a promising solution to these problems. Unlike fossil fuels, renewable energy sources will not run out and will pollute the environment less, if at all. それにはまだ広く知られる現在世界のエネルギーの 8% しか供給していませんが、再生可能エネルギー資源はこれらの問題に対する有望な解決策です。化石燃料とは異なり、再生可能エネルギー源は枯渇せず、環境を汚染することはほとんどありません。ただし、これらの代替案にはコンパクトでなく安価で実績がないため欠点があります。例えばバイオマスについて考えてみましょう。植物材料を使用してアルコールを生成し、燃料として燃焼させることができます。バイオマスはエネルギーへの変換に必要な材料を成長させるためにかなりの量の土地を必要とします。現在のエネルギー需要を世界中に供給するために、地球の表面の 10% を現在工作されている炭土と同等の面積を使用するように配置する必要があります。日本語でもわかんないですよ。電気つけてなかった。It is no wonder that billions of dollars are being spent on research into alternatives, even though they are not yet widely in use and currently provide only 8% of the world's energy. Renewable energy resources are a promising solution to these problems. Unlike fossil fuels, renewable energy sources will not run out, will pollute the environment less, if at all. これがよくわかんない。However, these alternatives do not they have drawbacks. They are not compact. They are not compact, mobile, inexpensive, or proven. 言ってんかな? They are not compact, mobile, inexpensive, or proven. For example, consider biomass. The use of plant material to generate alcohol, which can be burned for fuel. Biomass requires significant amount of land to grow the material needed for conversion to energy. To supply the current energy needs worldwide, 10% of the Earth's surface will need. 大丈夫? Will need to be put to use. They are not compact, mobile, inexpensive, or proven. For example, consider biomass. The use of plant material to generate alcohol, which can be burned for fuel. Biomass requires significant amounts of land to grow the material needed for conversion to energy. Conversion. What is conversion? 変換. To summarize the current energy needs worldwide, the percent of the Earth's surface will need to be put to use. An area equaling all the land currently farmed. Other alternatives also have drawbacks, so clearly any solution will be derived from a mix of technologies. Okay, I lined some important points. Fossils may be the basis for the modern world economy, but they have also been used for medicine, waterproofing, heating, and light as far back as 4000 BCE. Fossil fuels are not fossils. Fossil fuels are not fossils, though they were in fact formed from the animals and plants of the Carboniferous period over 300 million years ago. Venus. ママ、電話。うん。電話してきた。ありがとう。よいしょ。疲れた。Formed from animals. They were だからもともとは in fact formed from the animals and plants of the Carboniferous period. What is Carboniferous? Over 300 million years ago. Venus, the Earth, heat and pressure worked together to reduce trapped organic material to a combustible form. 化石燃料は化石ではありませんが、3億年以上前のカーボニテリオス時代の武器やパンツから調合されていました。どこで翻訳を間違えたんだ。最新の圧力の下で閉じ込められた有機物を可塑性の形に還元するために協力しました。化石燃料の使用が水力と木材にとって変わったときに産業革命が可能になりました。Over 300 million years ago. Venus, there's Venus? What is Venus? Venus. Venus, there's heat and pressure work together to reduce trapped organic material to combustible form. Trapped. Venus. Venus, there's heat and pressure. Today, hundreds of millions of people are learning English, the plant language for commerce, technology, and opportunity. The planet language for commerce, technology, and opportunity. Within 10 years, 2 billion people will be studying English and about half of the world. Some 3 billion people will speak it. According to a recent report from the British Council, all over the world, parents can for their children to be successful are paying high fees for English language schools. Governments worldwide are emphasizing English, recognizing that along with computers, English is the key to globalization. Non-native speakers of English now outnumber native speakers 3 to 1. According to English language expert David Crystal, there is never before been a language that's been spoken by more people as a second than a first. In Asia alone, the number of English users is more than 350 million, roughly the combined populations of the United States, Britain, and Canada. There are more Chinese children studying English than there are Britons. The new English speakers are not simply learning the language, they are shouting it. New English are appearing all over the world, ranging from the unique English spoken in the Philippines to Japanese spoken in Japan to Hinglish, a mix of Hindu and English that is now spoken in many places throughout South of Asia. In South Africa, many blacks have adapted their own version of English, filled with local words. All languages are constantly changing, but English's globalization unique in the history of Japanese, will change the language in ways we can only begin to imagine. In the future, three could be a three English world, one in which you could speak a local version of English at home, a national version at work or school, and an international standard English to talk to foreigners. With native speakers currently in the minority, there is a growing sense that students should stop trying to speak like the British or the Americans and accept their own local versions. Indeed, English has become the common language of the world. Whether you're a Korean executive on business in Shanghai, a German politician writing laws in Brussels, or a Brazilian biochemist or chemist at a conference in Sweden, you are probably speaking English. To achieve fluency, non-native speakers are learning English at increasingly younger age. Primary schools in major Chinese cities are offering English in the third grade, later in middle school. A growing number of parents are sending their preschool children to local English courses. Why is there so many enthusiasm for English? In simple terms, it's job. A generation ago, only elite like diplomats and executives needed English for work, but today it has become a requirement for those in business, technology, and education. English is now firmly established as the world's language, and there is a little chance that this will change in the future. Okay. これはさっきのに比べてとても読みやすい。If we don't know why we can't sleep, it's in part because we don't really know why we need to sleep in the first place. We know we miss it if we don't have it. And we know that no matter how much we try to resist it, sleep conquers us in the bed in the end. No matter how much we try to resist it, sleep conquers us in the end. We know that 7 to 9 hours after giving into sleep, most of us are ready to get up again. And 50 to 70 hours after that, we are tired once more. We have known for 15 years that we divide our slumber between periods of deep wave sleep and what is called rapid eye movement or EM sleep. When the brain is as active as when we are awake, but our voluntary muscles are paralyzed. We know that all animals and birds sleep. A dolphin sleeps with half its brain awake so it can remain aware of its underwater environment. When mallard ducks sleep in a line, the two outermost birds are able to keep half of their brains alert and one eye open to guard against predators. First, fish, reptiles, and insects all experience some kind of reports to. All this downtime comes at a price. An animal must lie still for a great stretch of time, during which it is easy prey for predators. What is predators? What can possibly be the payback for such risk? If sleep doesn't serve an absolutely vital function, the renowned sleep researcher Alan Richardson once said it is the greatest mistake evolution ever made. The predominant theory of sleep is that the brain demands it. The predominant theory of sleep is that the brain demands it. This idea delivers in part from common sense, whose head doesn't feel clear after a good night's sleep. Whose head doesn't feel clearer after a good night's sleep. But the trick is to confirm this. Assumption with real data. How does sleeping help the brain? The answer may depend on what kind of sleep you are talking about. Recently, researchers at Harvard led by reports gold tested undergraduates on various aptitude tests, allowed them to nap, then tested them again. They found that those who had engaged in REM sleep subsequently performed better in pattern recognition tasks such as grammar, while those who slept deeply were better at memorization. Other researchers have found that the sleeping brain appears to repeat a pattern of neuron firing that occurred while the subject was recently awake. As if in sleep, the brain were trying to commit to long-term memory what it had learned that day. Such studies suggest that memory consolidation may be one function of sleep. Giorgio Tononi, a noted sleep researcher at the University of Wisconsin, Madison, published an interesting twist on this theory a few years ago. His study showed that the sleeping brain seems to weed out redundant or unnecessary synapse or connections. So the purpose of sleep may be to help us remember what's important by letting us forget what not. ほえ楽しい。見て、付箋使い終わった。結構レア映像じゃない。やばいな、時間。明日の予定を少し変えたから。今日トイレ何時間だったか。37分しかないか。 よいしょ。今は明日の準備をしています。予定を書いてから、振り返りと予定を書いてから必ず次の日を迎えるようにしてます。 はい。というわけで、片付けが終わりました。どうしよう、閉めたいのに歯磨き始めちゃった。まだライブやってるんだけどさ。
これはオフ？
オン。歯磨き始めちゃったのに。
オンなの？
うん。
でも誰もいないの？
一人聞いてくれてる。ありがとうございます。
そんなアバウトでいいんですか
？Yes。コメントはないね。はい、それではこの後、シャワーに入って、英語を読みながら日本酒をして寝たいと思います。明日は時間通りにできるように意識します。
はい、頑張ってください。
ありがとう。それではおやすみなさい。また明日。
ありがとうございました。